together and shit. The Lord Chrisean, I was getting canceled, and I was going through. Chrisean took it upon herself to come with me, and that made my whole day. I was going through the roughest time and everything, and she came.
Brace yourself, because what just exploded on the internet makes the Kardashians look like they're hosting a quiet family picnic. This isn't drama, this is volcanic, intergalactic. Category 5 celebrity chaos involving the last names you would ever expect to collide. Because somehow, someway, Chrisean Jr., a baby who can't even spell scandal, has been dragged into a storyline so wild it left Beyoncé herself wondering how her son Sir Carter got roped into this mess. And trust me, Beyoncé did not sign off on this crossover episode. It started small, like all catastrophes do, a comment, a comparison, a reckless livestream moment. But then the internet did what it does best, inflated it into a flaming circus tent full of theories, edits, and poorly timed jokes. 1 minute Chrisean Jr. was trending for something innocent. The next minute fans were whispering, why is Sir Carter being mentioned? Who brought Beyoncé's child into this? Screenshots flew. Subtweets started detonating. Beyhive members clocked in like FBI agents with matching clipboards. Suddenly, the entire situation spiraled into a cultural emergency. This is bigger than gossip. This is bigger than music beef. This is a celebrity child crossover apocalypse nobody was prepared for. And the truth behind it? It's 10 times messier than you think. From the very first spark of this madness, people knew something historic was brewing, the kind of scandal that keeps the internet awake at 3 a.m. scrolling with panic, popcorn, and poor decision-making. It began innocently enough, a clip, a comment, a tiny moment blown completely out of proportion by the world's most chaotic online community. Chrisean Rock was on live, talking her talk, doing her usual freestyle meltdown routine, when suddenly fans clipped a comment involving her son, Chrisean Jr., with the speed and precision of highly caffeinated ninjas. And just like that, the internet grabbed the comparison and ran with it like it was carrying Olympic torch energy. But the real shock, they didn't just compare Chrisean Jr. to random celebrity babies. Oh no. The timeline decided to pull Sir Carter, Beyoncé's literal royal offspring, into this storm. That's when everything shifted from casual drama to biblical-level catastrophe. The Beyhive practically crawled out of digital heaven with flaming keyboards and emergency sirens. They treated this comparison like someone vandalized the Mona Lisa during a museum tour. Beyoncé didn't even speak, but her silence alone felt like thunder rolling across the internet. The moment Sir Carter's name started trending next to Chrisean Jr.'s, the energy changed. Fans sensed it. Influencers sensed it. Even the algorithm sensed it and started curating chaos like an unpaid intern having the worst day of their life. People were tweeting, "Delete that now. Beyoncé didn't approve this crossover. And this is the wrong universe." You could practically feel the panic radiating from their notifications. Bringing Beyoncé's child into any situation is already dangerous, but dragging him into Chrisean Rock's storyline? That's the equivalent of lighting a match inside a fireworks warehouse. The comparisons got messier by the second. Some people said the kids reminded them of each other. Others said it was a joke. But the majority reacted like this was a national emergency. They weren't playing around. They weren't laughing. They were typing paragraphs so long they needed intermissions. Side-by-side photos started circulating, which only made it worse because people took them and edited them like they were auditioning for a job at TMZ's drama department. Every meme escalated the tension, and every edit multiplied the panic. The scandal blew so quickly out of control that Chrisean Rock didn't even have time to drink water. Before people started demanding answers she didn't have. She was visibly confused, wondering how her toddler, who literally spends most of his day chewing on furniture, suddenly became the main character of an internet war involving Beyoncé Giselle Knowles Carter, a woman who doesn't even let the public breathe near her twins without clearance. It was the cultural equivalent of comparing a puppy to a lion cub. Adorable in theory, terrifying in practice. And then came the leaks, the whispers, the screenshots, the alleged insider DMs claiming Beyoncé was not pleased and very aware of the trending chaos. Now, whether that was true didn't matter. The internet treated it like scripture. Suddenly everyone acted like they had Beyoncé on speed dial. Sources close to Beyoncé say, became the trending template, even though nobody in those comments knew anyone closer to Beyoncé than a cardboard cutout of Madame Tussauds. Still, the story kept expanding. People started dragging up old clips of Chrisean dropping her baby or laughing during chaotic moments, saying things like, "This is why Sir Carter shouldn't be mentioned anywhere near this." Others defended her, accusing the internet of being dramatic, which, ironically, only made the situation 10 times more dramatic. The Beyhive wasn't backing down. They mobilized. They patrolled. They corrected. They acted like the Secret Service for a 6-year-old with legendary DNA. The craziest part? Chrisean didn't understand the gravity. To her, this was just the internet being the internet. To the Beyhive, this was a violation punishable by digital exile. Any mention of Beyoncé's children automatically triggers DEFCON 1 energy. You can discuss celebrity adults. You can even roast them. But if you even breathe near Beyoncé's twins, that's a battlefield with no medical assistance. Then the rumor dropped. The one that took the scandal from chaotic to catastrophic. Someone claimed Beyoncé didn't want Sir Carter dragged into any online negativity, especially not anything involving Chrisean's public mess. The internet took that unverified, unsourced, possibly imaginary statement and turned it into a national headline. People were repeating it like it was a personal message from Parkwood Entertainment. Beyoncé said no. Beyoncé not playing about Sir? Parkwood lawyers watching. The tension skyrocketed. Comment sections became battlegrounds between Chrisean defenders and Beyhive warriors. One side argued they're just kids, while the other side argued don't ever mix royalty with chaos. Meme accounts took screenshots, designed propaganda-style graphics, and posted them like political campaign posters. Even late-night bloggers who normally ignore celebrity baby drama jumped in because the views were too good to resist. Meanwhile, the timeline noticed something else. Blueface hadn't said a word. Not one syllable. Not an emoji. Not a subliminal, nothing. His silence was louder than a megaphone in a church. People interpreted it as everything from anger to confusion to a desire to avoid being sued by Beyoncé. One person tweeted, "Blueface staying quiet because he knows Beyoncé's lawyers don't play." Another wrote, "Blueface saw Sir Carter trending and immediately logged out." Chrisean tried to minimize the situation, posting her usual chaotic reassurance lines like, "We good over here," but the internet wasn't buying it. People said she looked nervous. Others said she was pretending not to care. A few even accused her of intentionally stirring Beyoncé's fanbase, which was insane considering even grown rappers fear that hive. The Beyhive is not a fanbase, it is a global defensive military structure. Then the final spark hit the gasoline, a rumor that someone close to Beyoncé saw the comparisons and didn't approve. Again, zero proof, but the internet treated this like a classified leak. The drama mutated instantly. It wasn't about Chrisean Jr. anymore. It wasn't even about the comparison. It became a story about Beyoncé disapproving of her child being dragged into someone else's chaos. And that storyline had enough power to split the entire internet in half, suddenly. Questions erupted everywhere. Why was Sir Carter trending? Who brought his name up first? Why did the edit go viral so fast? Did Chrisean know? Did she slip up? Did the internet twist it? Did someone send the clip to Beyoncé? Did Blueface know? The theories were multiplying faster than Beyhive stingers. And the truth? Oh, it was deeper and messier, and more explosive than anyone expected. The moment the rumor dropped that Beyoncé didn't approve of Sir Carter being dragged into online chaos, the internet didn't just react, it erupted. Comment sections turned into gladiator arenas. TikTok stitched reactions like emergency news reporters. Twitter threads stretched longer than court transcripts. It was sensory overload mixed with caffeine, speculation, and pure delusion. People weren't scrolling anymore. They were conducting full-scale investigations with fonts, arrows, slow-motion edits, and dramatic music. The Beyhive mobilized faster than the Avengers assembling after a group text. They didn't care who started the comparison, who shared it, who edited it, or who whispered it in a live. All they cared about was protect Sir at all costs. They patrolled hashtags like federal agents assigned to cultural security. Someone tweeted, "Beyoncé didn't ask for this crossover. Take her baby out of it." And that tweet alone collected more engagement than some celebrities' entire careers. Celebrities began chiming in like it was moral responsibility. One singer posted, "Kids should be off limits." A rapper added, "You don't play with Beyoncé's family, period." Even reality stars who thrive on drama looked nervous about addressing the situation. Nobody wanted smoke with the Beyhive. If Beyoncé sneezed twice, the internet would publish think pieces. So dragging her child into chaos? Absolutely forbidden, but the memes? Oh, the memes were insane. Side-by-side photos appeared with captions like, Sir Carter logging off after seeing his name trending next to Zeus Network drama, showing a toddler slamming a laptop shut. Another viral meme showed Beyoncé calling Parkwood headquarters like, "Activate Honeybee Protocol immediately." The internet has no chill, none, zero. The memes escalated the situation into a digital circus with popcorn. Vendors. Meanwhile, Chrisean Rock tried defending herself with her classic, "y'all doing too much" attitude. But this time, the audience wasn't listening. The internet had decided to conduct a full tribunal. Clips of her old lives resurfaced, edited with spooky background music to make her look like she was building a villain origin story. People dug so deep into her past that they pulled up footage others forgot existed. It was better research than school projects. Blueface, who normally can't resist throwing himself into chaos headfirst, shockingly remained silent. This terrified fans. Blueface is the human embodiment of an Instagram notification, loud, messy, unpredictable, so his silence was suspicious. People cried, "He's scared of Beyoncé," and honestly, they might have been right. Even agents and managers in Hollywood know the unspoken rule. Stay far away from Beyoncé's children unless you want career consequences. Then the twist arrived, a massive one. Someone leaked a message saying a celebrity mom had reached out privately, telling Chrisean to stop letting the internet drag children into the drama. Instantly, everyone assumed it was Beyoncé. No proof, no voice note, no screenshot. But the internet isn't powered by facts, it's powered by vibes and chaos. The rumor spread so fast it felt like watching a Contagion movie in real time. Jason Lee jumped into conversation and said the comparisons were dangerous. Fans interpreted that as confirmation of Beyoncé's disapproval. Natalie Nunn posted a single eyeball emoji and the internet went into cardiac arrest. Theories shot across platforms at lightning speed. People were like, "See? Natalie knows something." And suddenly the situation was no longer about the children, it was about who knew what and who was hiding what. Every influencer, blogger, and content creator smelled free engagement and joined the dogpile. Podcasts had emergency episodes. YouTubers filmed frantic reactions with dramatic thumbnails. Anonymous blogs wrote exposes with titles like "Beyoncé's Secret Rage," despite having no sources. It was messy journalism mixed with illusion and pure adrenaline. The drama was feeding itself. Meanwhile, fans began analyzing Sir Carter's past public appearances, trying to decide if he had ever been exposed to negativity before. People said things like, "Beyoncé keeps her kids private for a reason," as if this revelation required expertise. They analyzed the one or two rare photos Beyoncé shared of her son as if they contained encoded warnings about online chaos. One fan even claimed, "You can see it in Sir's eyes. He wasn't meant for this drama." The exaggerations were getting spiritual. Chrisean supporters clapped back with equal intensity, accusing the internet of blowing things out of proportion and saying a comparison isn't a crime. But the Beyhive didn't care about moral debates. They were laser-focused on separating Sir Carter from anything associated with chaos, fights, or Zeus Network energy. Someone commented, "We're not comparing Beyoncé's Prince to a storyline that involves broken doors and emotional tornadoes." Then came the second leak, a small but powerful one. A supposed insider claimed that Beyoncé herself didn't directly intervene, but people in her circle were watching the situation closely. That one sentence was enough to restart the entire circus. The internet behaved like Beyoncé was looming over the timeline with a hooded cloak and a thunder staff. People said things like, "When Beyoncé watches, nations tremble," which honestly felt accurate. TikTok creators made investigative documentaries, the kind with red arrows and ominous narration. They broke down every aspect of the scandal, the comparison moment, the trending explosion, the Beyhive attack, the celebrity reactions. It felt like an academic lecture on chaos theory. People were making edits like, Sir Carter when he finds out he's trending again, showing babies rolling their eyes dramatically. Then came the villain edit, the one that always shows up in any scandal. Someone made a montage portraying Chrisean as the chaos queen corrupting sacred celebrity spaces. They used dramatic orchestra music, dark filters, and clips of her wildest moments. It went viral instantly. People said it explained everything. People love an easy villain, and the internet was hungry. Chrisean finally snapped back online. Posting defensively, frustrated and confused. Her rant made everything worse because she sounded like she didn't understand the severity. She said Beyoncé wasn't mad, which only triggered the Beyhive further because how would she know? The narrative twisted deeper and darker. People began speculating she said too much, that she was lying, or that she was trying to use Beyoncé's name for sympathy. And right when everything reached its boiling point, when the internet was frothing with speculation, a third leak landed like a meteor. Someone claimed Blueface knew about the comparison before it went viral. Someone told him. Someone close. This was a new problem. A new betrayal. A new crack in the storyline. Suddenly, the scandal wasn't about children anymore. It was about secrets. It was about trust. It was about who leaked what. And why. And trust me, the aftermath was 10 times uglier. The day after the comparisons exploded, the internet woke up with the kind of tension usually reserved for election results or Rihanna's surprise dropping an album. Every platform, every feed, every comment section was clogged with speculation, accusations, and nervous energy. This wasn't gossip anymore, this was a cultural standoff. People were walking on digital eggshells, waiting for Beyoncé to breathe, blink, or post a single emoji so they could figure out which side of the scandal they were supposed to die on. Chrisean, meanwhile, looked exhausted. She posted a few cryptic stories hinting at being tired of the internet, which was ironically the most relatable thing she had ever said, but the Beyhive didn't care. They were on a mission. They wanted names, accountability, and absolute separation between Sir Carter and any storyline involving broken relationships or dramatic livestream meltdowns. Anything less than complete distance felt like a violation of Beyoncé's unwritten constitution of privacy. Then Blueface finally broke his silence, and the internet lost its mind. He didn't call out anyone. He didn't mention Beyoncé. He didn't even reference the children. But he posted a subtle message about people dragging kids into chaos because they bored, and fans interpreted it like an ancient prophecy. Some assumed he was defending Sir Carter. Others assumed he was shading Chrisean. A third group turned his sentence into a 15-minute TikTok essay analyzing tone, punctuation, and the emoji he didn't use. It was madness. The rumor that someone close to Beyoncé had been monitoring the situation spread like wildfire. Some people insisted it was Tina Knowles. Others claimed it was Kelly Rowland. One chaotic account even suggested it was Jay-Z himself, which the internet instantly ran with because nothing fuels panic like dragging Jay into drama he wasn't even online for. Suddenly, timelines were filled with people saying, Jay-Z did not build generational wealth for his child to be compared to Zeus Network toddlers. It was insane and yet somehow believable. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, celebrities started quietly unfollowing and muting certain accounts. PR teams released vague statements about protecting minors from online negativity. Blogs wrote think pieces as if they were covering international conflict. One outlet headlined, "The Carter Privacy Principle," breaking down why Beyoncé keeps her kids out of the spotlight. They wrote paragraphs on her childhood, her spiritual practices, her branding strategy, and none of it had anything to do with the actual scandal. But the internet ate it up anyway. Chrisean's reputation took a massive hit. Brands started distancing themselves with sudden silence. Those who previously supported her stayed suspiciously quiet. Even fan pages that once defended her started shifting tone, writing long paragraphs about reflection and growth and boundaries regarding children. It was like watching fandoms pivot their entire identity in real time. Loyalty evaporated. Concern rose. Doubt spread. Then came the emotional spiral. Chrisean posted a shaky rant about being tired of fake narratives, but the internet wasn't convinced. People said she was breaking down. They said she was overwhelmed. They said she wasn't prepared for a scandal involving the Carter family. which, let's be honest, no human being is emotionally prepared for. Beyoncé has the type of influence where even celebrities lower their voice when speaking her name. And now Chrisean was accidentally in a storyline with Beyoncé's youngest son? Disaster. The worst blow came when a source claimed Beyoncé was aware of the situation but choosing peace. That phrase alone froze the internet. Beyoncé choosing peace? That meant she was mad enough to choose war but refrained. Fans interpreted it the way people interpret natural disasters, with fear, respect, and immediate evacuation. If Beyoncé chooses peace, you choose silence. The internet collectively held its breath. Then, just when people thought the scandal couldn't escalate further, another twist landed. The person who told Blueface about the comparison came forward privately, and it wasn't who anyone expected. This changed everything. This changed everything. The insider revealed that the comparison wasn't meant to go viral. It was shared in a small circle. It was supposed to stay private. Someone in that circle leaked it to stir the pot, not to drag Sir Carter publicly, but to prove a point. Nobody knew what that point was, but the internet didn't care. They devoured the leak like it was a missing piece in a chaotic puzzle. Suddenly, fingers weren't pointing at Chrisean anymore, they were pointing at her circle. Her friends. Her associates. Her livestream regulars. People began dissecting her relationships, analyzing who might benefit from stirring drama, and speculating who had the audacity to drag Beyoncé's son into anything. TikTok detectives created charts. Twitter observers built theories. Instagram bloggers posted suspect lists. The chaos had evolved into a full-blown witch hunt, but amidst all the noise, a second truth became painfully clear. Beyoncé didn't want Sir Carter involved, period. Whether she said it directly or not, whether it came from her or her camp, whether it was rumor or reality, the internet treated it as law. Everyone knew Beyoncé keeps her children protected behind a privacy shield so thick even paparazzi fear it. So a scandal involving her son? That's a cultural violation with spiritual consequences. The emotional fallout hit Chrisean the hardest. She posted a heartbreaking message about people always twisting things. And while some sympathized, most brushed it off as deflection. The Beyhive didn't want apologies. They wanted distance. They wanted silence. They wanted her to pretend Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and their children did not exist on the same planet. Blueface's follow-up post didn't help either. He wrote something cryptic about people ruining co-parenting with lies, which fueled a new round of speculation. Did the scandal cause issues between him and Chrisean? Was the leaked comparison a betrayal? Did someone in Chrisean's camp sabotage her on purpose? The timeline would have collapsed under all that noise if the drama weren't so entertaining. Finally, the internet calmed, not because the scandal died, but because it reached that dangerous level of drama where everyone is too stunned to continue fighting. The tension lingered. Beyoncé still didn't acknowledge the situation. Sir Carter's privacy remained sacred. And Chrisean? She tried to move on, but the wound was public, permanent, and unforgettable. The world now saw the situation for what it was. A harmless comment mutated into a cultural tornado. A comparison turned into a crisis. A rumor became a revelation, and the hidden truth behind it all? People closest to Chrisean created chaos that Beyoncé never wanted her son dragged into, and trust me, this won't be the last time this story resurfaces. Scandals like this don't disappear. They hibernate, then strike again. And that, my friends, is how the internet managed to drag a completely innocent child into a digital war zone. So chaotic even the Beyhive started sharpening their stingers. If your heart rate is elevated, your screen time doubled, and your jaw still hasn't reattached itself, don't panic. That's just the natural side effect of surviving another celebrity scandal that spiraled out of control faster than Chrisean goes off on a livestream. But listen, if you're still here, if you made it to the end of this madness, if you didn't tap out when Beyoncé's name entered the chat like a final boss in a video game, then congratulations, you are officially part of the trend tattle. Elite, the chosen few who thrive off chaos, crave the truth, and live for the next digital disaster the celebrities accidentally drop into our laps. So do me one favor, smash that like button like it owes you rent, hit that subscribe button like you're slamming courtroom evidence on the desk, and slap that notification bell so hard it sends a complaint to HR. Trust me, the next scandal, is already bubbling somewhere in Hollywood, waiting for the wrong person to press go live. Drop a comment below and tell me exactly what moment had you screaming, who you think leaked the comparison, and how close you think Beyoncé was to unleashing Parkwood security on the entire timeline. The comments section should look like a wildfire tonight. Let's keep the energy unhinged. Because here at Trend Tattle, the drama never sleeps. The scandals never rest, and the truth, it always leaks. Eventually,